I want to slip in a question related to what you were just talking about. I'm putting you in the RSS spokesperson shoes. See, one thing I can see is in RSS's interest to capture institutions that will do huge damage to India, but it's in their interest. But the capturing of business, 3-4 big businesses capturing everything and small businesses being decimated, is that folly? Because I can't see that being in RSS's interest. Why are they doing that?
I'll tell you, an RSS,
Yes.
a man who left the RSS came and explained this to me. And he left the RSS and he was very angry with them. And, you know, I don't normally meet these guys, but he said, I want to meet. So he had left the RSS, so I met him. And he said, look, the innovation that has taken place is RSS used to be an organization that used to represent small shopkeepers.
Yeah.
He says, the innovation of Narendra Modi is to take large capital and fund the RSS with it. So scale up RSS using the 3, 4, 5, 7 crony capitalists. So the RSS is the organization that is capturing the institutions. We used to fight the RSS with no problem because they didn't have money. The Gujarat model was the concept of giving them thousands of crores. That's how they suddenly got turbocharged, right? And so now what you have is a combination of the Prime Minister, RSS people attacking the bureaucracy, attacking our education system, attacking our exam system. So if you want to join the IAS today, you got to go through an RSS training school, right? And that is combined with crony capital. So the crony capital manages the TV, the RSS manages the capture of the institutions. And by the way, WhatsApp, Facebook, these guys are also controlled in India by the BJP. So their leadership in India, the BJP, the RSS head in India is a BJP person. So it is a combination, it's teamwork between RSS and crony capitalism. Higher education, in fact, the whole education system is being targeted, right? Rewriting of history, subtle rewriting of social norms, subtle attack on the ideas of the constitution, subtle attack on the ideas of equality. So these are values that India just requires. Modern India cannot exist without these values, right? So absolutely you need to reclaim this space. What is going on is essentially an attack on the idea of equality, right? And by the way, the RSS began the attack through their schools. So much like the radical Islamists use their madrasas in Pakistan, much like that, the RSS uses its schools to push a particular worldview, right? Nobody asked the question, where does the RSS get the money to run hundreds of thousands of schools from? These are not profitable schools. So nobody is asking the question, right? So absolutely, it's a capture of the Indian education system, and the Indian education system has got to be taken back from their hands. This budget attempts to start the economy by priming the supply side. And it primes the supply side by giving huge amount of funds to large, big businesses. Okay. To me, India's challenge, central challenge, is job creation. And to me, job creation is going to require 2 or 3 things. Number one, it's going to require a unlocking of the banking system. The banking system is jammed down. And the banking system is monopolized by the same 5, 7, 10 crony capitalists. So it requires an unlocking of that. Second thing is, we need to start allowing or getting small and medium businesses to have access to this banking system, so that they can actually start to open up small businesses, scale those businesses up, right? And then we need to transform agriculture. We don't need to kill agriculture. We need to transform agriculture, because a large number of jobs are going to be created by our agricultural system. Food processing jobs, large number of jobs are going to be created if you transform agriculture. So I would spend a decent amount of money in transforming agriculture, assisting our farmers to become more productive, and building them up and improving their efficiency. I certainly wouldn't take the entire system out of their hands, which is what the 3 farm laws do. And I would push this these 2 areas strongly. I would also use technology aggressively. And then I would make sure that we are giving a social protection to people who can fall off the poverty line. So realize that a poor person who has fallen below the poverty line is not just hurting himself. He's not giving you he's not giving you production. He's not adding to your output. So what you want to do is you want to give him a floor underneath. And Mahatma Gandhi Narega is early 21st century example of that. I think there are newer examples of it. Our Nyay scheme is one. But we need to give a sense of protection to people on the lowest part of our population. So that is broadly how I would think about it. That's not to say that large businesses are not part of the equation. They're absolutely part of the equation, and they have to be supported, and they have to be part of the game. My complaint is that's the only game in town today. Somebody said to me, well, the GST idea was good, but their implementation was bad. No, actually, the idea includes the implementation. You can't say that this is a political idea or this is an economic idea and the idea doesn't include the implementation. Because if you don't have the implementation in the idea, then, what is that worth?
Yeah, very well put. I mean, that's a sentence I have used. So it's a critique of what I've said, but it's very well put. I see what you mean by including that. Yeah.
If I'm going to say I'm going to give you a GST, yeah, and then I have not factored in the implementation of that thing, yeah, then what I'm basically telling you is I'm giving you a pipe dream.
Yeah.
It's only when the implementation is factored in that I'm giving you the product called GST.